your home with BuildAid on Mix 93.8. Proudly brought to you by AfriSam. AfriSam, creating concrete possibilities.
Tonight I'm chatting to Nadine Prinsloo and Jean-Marie Griezel. They are from the company Cemcrete. Nadine, thanks for coming to chat to us.
Thanks.
And Jean-Marie, thank you for coming to chat to us.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're going to sort of share the load between the two of you because you both have your own expertise, but you know the company, you know the products equally as well. It's an old business. Goes back to 1973, and I know we've chatted to a couple of the owners a few years ago on the show. Did it start in a garage?
Yes, it actually did. Cemcrete is a family-owned business, and we've actually been around this year for 43 years. Many people think we're quite the new kids on the block, but actually we've been around the block a few times, so definitely something to be proud of. It's actually currently in its third generation of Bendels running the business, and it's going quite well.
Yeah, we had the guys from Prinsloo on the show a few months ago, and it also goes back to the 1920s or something. It's amazing how many companies have gone back so many decades and are still being run by the same family.
Yes.
Jean-Marie, what I want to do quickly is run through the categories of the products you guys make.
Yes.
And then as the show goes on, I want to get into more detail of how do you put it on the wall or the floor, what colors you get and so on. But if you could just, let's start with walls and floors.
Great. Yes. Look, we specialize in cementitious finishes, so it's mainly walls and floors, which is awesome products. We'll get into them a bit later. And also we do pools, waterproofing, building materials. We even have art products, which are also awesome to work with. So we have over 80 products in our range and still growing. So we're quite proud of that. And yeah, we have a lot to offer.
Okay. The walls and floors, I sort of understand. Pools, I think I can also understand. We'll get into it in more detail. But the building materials, what is that category?
Yes. Look, we have a lot of additives that you can add to, say, for instance, screed, to cement, water repellents, things like that. The less interesting things, maybe the more boring things, but very vital things when building. So many people look at Cemcrete and think that we are only decorative finishes, but we actually have a lot of products to offer. And if they contact us, we can basically serve them with anything.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but one of your famous products was a Sem wash that was originally made for dams and waterproofing and ended up using on homes,
yes.
Particularly affordable type housing.
Yeah, that is actually one of our oldest products. Sem wash, we still have it, still very popular. It's your natural bag washed look that you can put straight onto your bricks. But we've done so much things with it lately. You can brush it on, spray it on. There's so much different textures you can get out of it. So it's definitely still one of our popular products. And I think a lot of people can relate to that name, thinking of Sem wash and then relating to Cemcrete.
Yeah. I mean, waterproofing, would that normally fall under a building product? I think I've got it listed here separately because it's quite significant.
Yeah, we look at it separately because we have so much smaller building products and so forth where our waterproofing products there's less of them, but they are awesome products. So also one of the things that people miss when looking at Cemcrete, not thinking that we actually do waterproofing products, but we have fantastic waterproofing products.
Okay. I'm going to chat to Kay for a while, and then I'm going to come back and talk to Nadine about the wall products, the colors and so on. So Kay, what's happening with the CPR?
You'd be surprised at how many people actually know what the best song is to play or sing while you're doing CPR. We have two Chantels, Chantel and Chantel, Peter, Claire, Wesley, David and Johan. Johan, you were right, you do get a noddy badge for that. It's not Beat It, Raymond, and it's not I Will Survive. So we're looking for a song. Those are good ones, good guesses.
They're better than the one you're looking for.
Okay, we know it's not the right genre, okay, but everybody, I bet you, out there will know all the words to the song that I'm talking about. So if you know which song it is, you need to sing while you're doing CPR on somebody, SMS us on 41348.
And I'm chatting to Nadine and Jean-Marie. We're chatting about Cemcrete products and what they're capable of. Back to you again, Nadine. The products that you guys produce, could we run through them by sort of product name and what they are? Not so much no one has to remember all the names. I just want to know what different finishes they have and so on.
Yes, sure.
You've got Cemcrete we chatted about.
Yes, which is the smooth trowel on finish. So it gives you a nice, very, very smooth satiny finish. Perfect for bathrooms. You can even use it inside your showers, bath surrounds, built-up vanities.
Yeah. And Cemwash we also talked about. It's one of your oldest products.
Yes, yes. So Cemwash is your typical bag wash look. That's the only one that can be applied directly to brickwork as well. Where all our other finishes needs to go onto a smooth plastered wall. Cemwash can actually be done onto brickwork. It's very durable finish, waterproof finish, perfect for exteriors of buildings.
But can be used interior.
Yes, interior as well.
Yeah.
It's quite a rough texture to it.
Okay. Then you've got one here called Cemplaster.
Yes. Cemplaster, very, very similar to Cemcrete. I know the names get a bit confusing sometimes. But Cemplaster is mostly for exterior use, where Cemcrete you can't use exterior. So Cemplaster actually gets used quite often these days for off-shutter concrete look, which is becoming quite popular in the retail industry.
Okay. And then one more, Cemcote.
Yes, Cemcote, very similar to Cemwash, also a brush-on finish. It's just not as rough as a texture. It's a little bit smoother. So if you don't want that very coarse texture of Cemwash, you can go for Cemcote.
Okay. Tell us where your showroom is.
Our showroom, we've got a couple of showrooms actually. In Cape Town, we actually recently renovated our showroom in Cape Town. We've got a beautiful one in Montague Gardens. Then in Joburg, it's in Rosebank. In Parktown North, actually, it's on Jan Smuts Avenue.
Okay. And then we can come, or I can have a look, or the listeners can have a look at your Cemcote and Cemwash and the different colors.
Yes, yes, definitely. Look, cement is a difficult product to see in a catalog or even in a brochure. It is very difficult to visualize it and even see the actual colors. So it's great to come to the showroom, actually experience it and see if you like the effect that we've created there. If you like what you see there, then obviously you're going to love it in your home as well.
When it comes to an existing home, we're talking about walls. We'll chat about floors in a mo. Can you apply these products straight onto an existing wall?
Yes, you can, definitely. Most of them, as I said, need to go onto a smooth plastered surface. Even though it might have been tiled in the past or painted, there is some prep work involved, but most of it can go onto any wall, basically.
And a painted wall?
Yes, definitely. There is some extra prep work involved, but it's definitely possible.
Okay, so all those wonderful cementitious finishes you can put onto one of your walls instead of painting it.
Yes, exactly, and it's a long-term solution instead of just a short-term solution.
The popular applications, you mentioned troweling it on and brushing it on. Are those the two common? I mean, you don't slap it on or throw it onto the wall or with a sponge.
You can always try that. Look, we're open to anything if you want to experiment with our products anytime. But mostly it is trowel on or brush on application. You also get something called Cemcrete, which is a bit more of an artistic product, where there you can actually basically slap it on and then play with it and then scratch out of it or carve it or anything like that. So, but that's the main ones, yes.
Okay. Jean-Marie, I just want to chat to you about going on to floors and let's use a similar sort of model to how we talked about the walls.
Yes.
With your different types of products. But I think it's slightly different because a floor could be a whole screed, which is quite a thick sort of surface.
Yes.
But just tell me more or less what products do you offer for a floor?
Yes, look, we have a range of flooring products, ranging from anything that you want to renovate or brand new floor, depending if it's a high traffic floor or low traffic, residential, commercial. We have something that will suit everybody. So yeah, it is best to come and chat with us to see what your needs is, so we can advise you what will be the best product for you.
And again, what's it made of? Does it come in a bag, in a tin, in a bucket?
Again, it all comes in bags. Most of them are mixed on site, except for our one product called Color Hardener, which is a shake product which you basically put onto the wet screed, and then it adds the color to the wet screed which has been floated in. So that's the only one that stays dry. It's a dry shake application, but the rest of them, they come in bags mixed on site and then applied by trowel.
So when you're getting color into the floor, is that what you would always use, or do you get screeds that are colored? where the whole mix is a certain
Yes,
color.
people ask this a lot. Basically, how the color hardener works is that you don't mix the pigment into the cement, because obviously then you're wasting a lot, because if you're working with a 35 mil screed, nobody's going to see the first mil of that screed. So color hardener is literally only the 2 mils on top that will then bind with the wet screed. And it's a great product, very durable.
Okay, we're going to come back and chat a little bit more about floors. BuildAid on Mix 93.8. We have two beautiful ladies in the studio this evening, Nadine and Jean-Marie from Cemcrete, and we've been chatting about their products. And the one product, or you may even have a range of products, is swimming pools.
Yes.
And water features.
Yes.
And do they also come in a bag?
Yes, they do. For many people that actually know, also our pool product, Cemcrete, the main one, is actually also one of our oldest products. It's also the one that the Cemcrete actually started out with, and we were definitely the leaders in the market area for that. We have various pool products. There's Cemcrete, that's your normal pool plaster. If people think of Marbalite, it's similar to that. It's still a pool
So
plaster.
that's the white stuff that you smear onto the concrete.
What's nice about our Cemcrete is it actually comes in 11 different colors.
Okay.
And we have like the biggest range of different blues in the whole market. So it's not only white. Maybe that's probably where it started out. But we have a big range of colors, which is great. They're beautiful. It really is stunning.
Okay, thanks so much for looking after us and all that stuff. And Simon looking after the desk, Ian doing all the videoing. But to my two guests, a special thank you. Nadine, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And Jean-Marie, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
so much. It was a pleasure.
Up next is Adam Ford Cortina and Motoring in the Mix. We do this every Wednesday between 6 and 7. Chat to you next week. Ciao.
Your home with BuildAid on Mix brings you all sorts of interesting info about building. Graham Alexander chats to different guests every Wednesday evening between 6 and 7. Proudly brought to you by AfriSam. AfriSam, creating concrete possibilities.